my name's Bonnie and I'm a primary school teacher. There's lots of different routes you can take into teaching, but the route I took was that I went to high school. Obviously I got my 5 A to C grades. I then applied for Blackpool sixth form, but I just chose subjects which I enjoy. So I did 2 A-levels in music and an A-level in maths, and obviously general studies as well. From there I applied for Edge Hill University for a teaching qualification which was 3 years, and you got qualified teacher status by the end of it. It's called QTS. Throughout those 3 years you do a placement each year. So in my first year I did a block placement in year 4, in my second year I did a placement in year 6, and in my final year I did a placement in year 2. Some courses offer you a 4-year, some universities, offer you a 4-year course. It's a bit longer. You do get exactly the same degree though. Whilst you're there, you specialise in a subject. So I specialised in maths, but you can specialise in languages, PE, science, art, anything that you want to specialise in really. And that's good so that when you get your job, you're obviously, when you're in a primary school, you teach all subjects, but you do lead one subject area or two within the school, depending on how big the school is. There's lots of different routes into teaching. Like I say, you can do a PGCE. Now that means you go to university, you get a degree in anything that you like, and then you do a postgraduate degree, which is a PGCE teaching degree, and you can qualify to be a teacher through that route as well. There's other courses that you can do that are similar to that, like the SCITS, the School Centred Initiative Training programme, which is there's one based at the Breck in Poulton, Breck Primary School, and there's also other courses that do similar things to that as well. I was lucky enough that if you try really hard on your placements, that on my final placement in a school in Preston, they kept me on to cover a maternity cover for a year, and then they made me permanent. So I was a primary school teacher in Preston for 4.5 years, and then I moved to a school in Lytham, and I've been there for about 4.5 years now. Obviously with teaching there are other prospects in there, so when you're teaching you get targets every year, and if you pass those targets you go up a pay scale. As you go up that pay scale you can go to upper pay scale, which means then you can do some leadership and some management. You can apply then to be deputy, assistant head or head teacher if you fancy, and there's other options as well. So in the school I'm in at the moment I specialise in English and phonics, so I also do some consultancy work for Lancashire, and I go and deliver insets at other schools around Lancashire as well. Teaching is a very rewarding job, but it is very stressful. There's a lot of work to do. It's not all holidays. You've got a lot of work to do in those holidays. You are in school sometimes, and you've got to be very committed to that. But like I say, it is very rewarding.